Hey guys, it's Maddie. I just want to make a little update vlog because I've had some people on Tumblr ask me like, what is up? How are you? Have you left treatment? What's going down? So I thought I'd make a little quick update video about that. Lay it out there. Um, yeah. So basically, I was okay. I entered treatment for my eating disorder at Center for Change in Orem. Ooh, is that better? Orem, Utah. Um, July 20th, and then I discharged on August 12th, I believe. So if you guys don't know, it's a place in Utah. Obviously, that treats eating disorders, and it's like it has inpatient, residential, PHP, IOP, outpatient, and just like all levels of care. So, but I just did the inpatient level because they offer like this option that's called acute stabilization. So that's what I did, just to like get my body back into like refeeding and like just hydrating properly and whatnot. So yeah, so I did that. And a lot of people were like, Maddie, you need to stay the whole time. And I'm like, well, this has always been my plan. Just do the stabilization and continue on because no one believes me. But I honestly do so much better at school. If you guys are at school with me, you would see it's not perfect. It's gonna be a lot better this year, hopefully. It has to be, but yeah, I mean, like, there's just if I stayed there, I don't think it would have benefited me in my recovery, to be honest. Because I think I would have, been there and I would have done the program, been compliant and such, but at the point I am in my recovery, like, I just feel like being around a lot of people who struggle so acutely with eating disorder behaviors makes it very hard for me to move forward. And like, I'm not saying like these are bad people or like they're doing their recovery wrong or anything, because I've definitely been there. I'm still there to a certain extent, but like just being around like eating disorders all the time after being in treatment for a while, like being to various treatment centers before, I just don't find it beneficial at this point in time. It's nice not to feel alone, but I like there's like another feeling of just like I want to move on from this so badly. I'm already focusing on so many other things. They're helping me, but I can't access that because I'm in here, sort of thing. And I know that's part of treatment or whatever, so I think there was like a very fine line. So, yeah, this last summer has been really rough with my eating disorder, obviously. So, yeah, it got rough. I was with my parents in Colorado on their new house, place, apartment thing, and I was there for a while, and I finished my finals and doing some stuff, and then I got really sick, and then I was like, Maddie, why are you doing this? You want to go back to school? So then I was like, Center for Change, help, and then they helped me. Wow, that was cute of me, but I mean, I went there, and they were like, okay. And then, I don't know, when I left, some people said some weird things, like some of the staff, they were like, I'll see you when you drop out of school or something, or like something like that. And I'm taking it totally out of context, but people were like insinuating that I'll be back soon, and I'm just like, guys, like, I don't know, it wasn't my eating disorder talking. I don't know how to, I know no one believes me because, like, who believes an eating disordered person? Like, no one believes me when I say, oh, I don't like this food, because everyone's like, oh, that's an eating disorder thing. Never mind that I haven't liked it since I was 5. But alas, yeah, I'm not really sure how to do that. I mean, like, obviously I'm open to going back to treatment if I need to in the future. Like, I'm not going to be like, I'm never going back if I don't. Like, I'm never going back. But I do have a mindset of I'm never going back, in the sense, like, I don't want to go back. Like, that's my motivation. But, so yeah, I did the acute stabilization thing, and I was there for 3.5 weeks, basically a month. And it was great. You know, I didn't really do that much intensive therapy because, you know, I was only there for a short period of time. And they, you know, the main purpose of me going was just medical stabilization. So, I mean, it was like, you know, you'd wake up and you wake up at like 6, shower, you know, do all that stuff, you know, get vitals done, get weighed, breakfast, you know, do all those things. The grapes are very like mild in the sense they were more like skills based and they weren't like really delving into like emotions and stuff because like, you know, in that level of care, most people who are there and yourself are just like, we're just so like tired and like not in a place to like really go really deep. So it was sort of just like, all right, like let's just chill and deal with the discomfort and stuff. So that was fine. But it's not like, you know, I've been in groups where like immediately like you'll just go in and they'll be like, so like, let's talk about this extremely traumatizing thing for you, and you're just like, well, you don't even know my name, so, but yeah. So that was that. I yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, it was a very like safety, safety, cautious, conscientious police. Because oh my goodness. All right, wait, this is better. Okay, very conscientious place because like a lot of people there struggle with like self-harm and suicidality. And obviously people who are there within like medical complications, being disorders, like in the inpatient level of care. So we, you know, we weren't allowed to have certain things. They had to like, excuse me, I mean like the laundry room was locked. You had to like ask to go to the bathroom. Like you weren't allowed to have sharp things. You weren't allowed to have pens that had metal clips. You couldn't have. There's no smoking. There was like at all. You know, we weren't allowed knives at all, even in the dining hall. You had to flip your pockets over in your pants every time you ate a meal or snack. And then if you're an adolescent, which I'm not, but you had to like flip out your bra and like do all that stuff too, and it was like intense. It was intense shit, guys. It really was. And they put like things that weren't in clear containers in your bathroom bin, and like you put those outside your door when you're done with them before you go to goals, and then you, because then if you don't do that, then you'll get in trouble. You get like your privilege revoked. And they worked on like a phase system, and you had to do like all these assignments to move up and get more privileges. However, I mean, I did assignments, but since I wasn't staying a long time, I didn't phase up because you have to phase up, you have to like be there for 2 weeks and like meet some sort of weight goal. And I was there like 3.5 weeks, so I was like, once the 2 week mark was over, I'm like, I'm not sure why I would phase at this point. Maybe that was just me being lazy. I don't know, but I mean, I still did the assignments, so I don't know. I got feedback and stuff, so I don't know. Alas, there's that. So that happened. Then, so I got like my medical shit a little bit more together, which was good because, like, honestly, guys, like, oh, this video is so long right now, but like, I can't stress enough how like I was talking to girls there too. It's all girls facility, and I was talking to some girls there, and we were just like, you never know like how bad it is until you come in. Like, it's like I've had my eating disorder for like 4 years, and I've had periods of recovery and periods of stabilization, but I would call it more like quasi recovery. I wouldn't say, you know, I was head over heels in recovery, like actually having my shit together, having my shit like sorted together. I was functioning, but it wasn't like life, you know. So yeah, I guess. And every time like I would relapse or whatever, like it would just get so much harder. Like not like just mentally, but like physically. Like if my body's not resilient as it used to be. Frankly, it's just not. Let's see, so when I first had my eating disorder, I was like 17. I'm almost 21 now. 21 in like a month. Yeah. So I'm not that old. Like, I'm not like 40. I'm not saying 40 is old, but like, it's not like I've had an eating disorder for years and years and years. It's been 4 years, very long time. Been terrible time, but it's a significantly less time than a lot of people. But it's, yeah. I mean, this time, if I didn't go to the hospital to get refeeding done, like, honestly, I don't know what happened. Like, I'm not saying I was gonna die, but like, I had some problems refeeding. Like, I was on fall risk for a while. I had really bad headaches because of caffeine withdrawal and stuff, and my EKG got a little bit off as I was refeeding. And I have low blood pressure in general. So like we had to keep an eye on that. My vitamin D was low and like all that shit, and like I honestly, like, I'm not saying this to like emphasize like, oh my god, I was so sick. Like, I hope no one thinks that. I'm just saying it like, these are things that I wouldn't have known were like an issue unless I went in and got help. And like, honestly, like, if I tried refeeding on my own, like, I don't know how it would have gone. But that was the main reason I went, was to get that medical support, because I know what to do in recovery. I just got a little lost. And I didn't really have a good team at school, which was my fault because I didn't put it together, because I was like, nah, don't want to do therapy, nah. Or like go to the dietitian and stuff. I'm like, I'm a freshman, I don't have to do this, my life is starting. So I didn't do it, and alas, it didn't really work out that well. So now I have a team set up where I'm going to go back, which I'm going back the 7th, so I'm a little less than a week. So I left Center for Change the 12th, and then I went back to Denver to my parents' new apartment. They switched apartments. And I was there for a couple of days, and I worked on some schoolwork, and I tried to keep accountable with my dad and following a plan and such. And then I came to New Jersey, where I am now, in my boyfriend's house. And I live in New Jersey. Oh, I was born and raised in New Jersey, then my parents moved to Denver. For all you newbies out there. So I so now I'm with my boyfriend and his family. And I've been staying with them for like almost 2.5 weeks. Yeah, like almost 3 weeks. When I leave, it'll be like 3 weeks. So it's been really good. I mean, I'm really close to them, and obviously close to him. I mean, we've been dating for like basically 2 years, so, and we've been in a long distance relationship for most of that time, unfortunately, because I've been in Massachusetts school. He did some stuff, and he was out of the state for a while. And then he goes to school here. I was in Colorado. I was in Utah. So just chilling. That young adult life. But yeah, so I've just been here trying to stay accountable, trying to, I've been going to the store and buying things, and just like, James, like, I need to go to the store and buy things. And he's like, yeah, babe, like, let's go. James, my boyfriend. And, his family is really helpful. They know about all the stuff. I've never talked about them explicitly with them, but I mean, like, he has, and they know, and they're just so nice, and I love them so much. I'm really grateful for them. And him, obviously. So, things aren't perfect here. But I mean, that's true anywhere. Recovery is not a linear line of, but I mean, it's rough. It's definitely rough. I think it'll get a little easier when I go to school, because there's like that dining halls there, which is a plus and minus, but there's like, oh my god, my glasses, what? Okay, the dining hall, so like, there's never an excuse for me to be like, nah, there's no food, nah. Like, there's never an excuse. There really is never an excuse here or anywhere else, but like, I can always just be like, Maddie, what the hell? Go make yourself a sandwich. What the fuck, Maddie? Come on. Like, like, there are vending machines, there's stuff everywhere. Some of my friends have cars, there's a bus, there are like lots of buses, it goes from campus to campus and into town, and it's just like, Maddie, please. And plus, when I go to school, it's a lot better because I like you always need to eat and like keep it down, but the big thing is that like at school you have to eat and stuff to do well at school, if that makes sense. Like school is really important to me, and honestly, the reason why I've gotten treatment these past 2 times, I've been to treatment 3 times. One time I left early because I was not compliant, but this time and last time I completed the program, and the reason I did it was to go to school. And honestly, if I didn't have school, I don't think I'd be as motivated. I'm not saying like, oh, I would relapse and give up and die, but I don't know, it's just a really big motivator for me. I know school's not everything. I know I'm not always gonna have school, but school is a really big motivator because I want to work in mental health awareness and mental health insurance policy. So I want to like give people treatment accessibility and such, and yeah, work with like the DSM and like uncoding the algorithms, I guess you could say, of what means more treatment, like especially with eating disorders. Like, why is this equal an inpatient? Why is this equal that? Because eventually, like you like discharge someone from eating disorder treatment, or depression treatment, or whatever treatment, and sometimes it's like, especially for eating disorders, but not talking just about eating disorders. I'm talking about the whole mental health care system. But and they're just like, you just go back because you're not ready to go. They'll be like, oh, like you haven't committed suicide and try to commit suicide in like 2 weeks. You're better, like, and they come back. So, and it's just like having those resources there in the first place, having competent professionals, educating people about these conditions. I don't know. It's a very broad spectrum of what I want to do. But regardless, like that's what motivates me to go, to do my life. And to break down the stigma around these illnesses that are so annoying. so like that's going to school, writing, figuring that out, like helping that like, I don't know, section of healthcare, you could say, just really motivates me. So I think once school ends and then I have that, and just like, I know life isn't gonna be perfect. I know like my future isn't gonna be perfect, but I feel like it's time. Like, it's time. It's been time, but like, come on. Like, I'm almost 21, and like, I know I keep saying that, but like, people, like, can't make words today. Like, 21 is a big thing for me. I know it's big for a lot of people because you can drink, at least in America, but it's a really big thing for me because it's like, I'm very like hesitant about trying things, you could say, because I like, you know, like when people are like, let's have a drink or whatever, and I'm just like, no, like, because I just don't want to have another vice or addiction or whatever, and because I just feel like I've been escaping a lot of things throughout my life, whether it be through like self-harming, disorder behavior, whatever, and I don't want to, have another outlet. Not saying that everyone who drinks is an alcoholic or anything, because I'm not saying that, but yeah, I'm very hesitant in the fact that at 21, I can legally buy that and do whatever I want with it. I mean, you could before then, but like legally. It's like actually terrifying for me, especially when I like can't even feed myself properly. Getting better at it, but like, it's a process. It's just like mind blown, frankly. Like, that's just terrifying to me. So that's a big motivator as well. A big motivator is also when I was in treatment. A lot of the techs, care techs, the people that work there were my age. So and they were like awesome, and like they were like my friends, like in the real world. If I met them under different, like in a different context, like we would totally like be chilling, like like it was fine. But like I'm 21 and they were 20, 21. 23. Mainly everyone was like around 21 to 25, and of course there were like older staff as well, but a lot of the care techs were younger, or my age, and that was like so like eye-opening for me, because like I don't want to be like 40 and have a 21-year-old flush my toilet. That's just like the fact of the matter. Like I'd be like, what the fuck, you're like a kid, get away from me. Like, you know, like I just want to be able to take care of myself, you know, as hard as that is. And goodness gracious, I don't even know. And like, yeah, so I'm 21, say a care tech was 21 as well. Basically someone my age is flushing my toilet for me, telling me to finish my food, whatever. And I say this because, you know, when last time I was in treatment, I was like 18, 19. So it wasn't, I mean, it was definitely, they were about the same age, but it wasn't like that close where I was just like, oh my god. But now I'm just like, oh my god, like, what am I doing? You know, and then they would leave and we'd stay there for treatment like overnight, and I'd just be like, what am I doing? Like, I'm almost 21. It's a Saturday night. It's a summer Saturday night. Like, I can do so much with my life right now, and I'm just like sitting here, like, doodling in my journal, which is fine, but I was just like, Maddie, like, what are you doing? Like, honestly, like, you're throwing away so much right now. But I mean, I didn't need to be there, so it wasn't necessarily throwing away, but more throwing away if I gave into my eating disorder, if that makes sense. Also, this video is super long, so I'm gonna end this. I want it not to be long, but you know, YOLO. If you guys have any other questions, hit up Tumblr, do some comments below. Yeah, so just discharged from the hospital about 3 weeks ago. Now in New Jersey for about 3 weeks, then I'm leaving the 7th and going back to school where I will be until at least Thanksgiving. So there's that. I hope someone watched this whole thing. If you didn't, it's totally chill. Love you guys. Hope all is well. Thanks for caring about my life. Swag. I hope this uploads. If it doesn't upload, I'm just gonna give up on myself. Bye!